Hello, darlings. The question of the day is, why do people at my job hate me? This is actually the first requested video that I've ever received. I was debating as to whether or not I want to do a video on something that, I don't know, it feels like it's negative, but, well, I'm just starting out. So we'll see what the cards say. Why do people hate me on my job? That is the question. And we're going to see what the cards have to say. We'll let the cards be the judge. I call on forces higher than I to release the wisdom I hold inside. Let this reading be compassionate and true to show someone what they must do. Why do people hate me on my job? It's the question of the day. Let's see what the Jungle Beauty Goddess have to say to help someone find their way. I'd like for you to take a moment to take a deep breath. Let it out. Take another deep breath. Hold it to the count of 3. Blow it out to the count of 3. And I want you to think about the people you work with and your relationship with the people on your job. I want you to remove your judgment, remove criticism, and just think about, why is it that people on my job do not like me? Because if people on your job, if you feel that people on your job do not like you, then there's a possibility that you do not like them as well. So let's try to bring in as much light and as much love and as much compassion and empathy as we can, so that we can receive a message that can improve our relationship with our coworkers. So select the butterfly that resonates with your spirit, and that is the card, and that is probably going to give you something that you need to move forward and improve your relationship on your job. Hello, darling. If you selected the teal blue butterfly, this reading is for you. Hello, darlings. So the first hand we have is dominated by Jungle Beauty Kalahari, who represents the heart chakra, and we have 2 cards. It was a 4-card pull, and your first card says, you can't help who you love, but you can help how you allow yourself to be treated. So this lets me know right away that you are allowing people to treat you talk to you disrespectfully. You're the person who's required to take the extra shifts. You volunteer to do the work that no one else wants to do. And I know for some reason you think that people should like you for being a martyr and letting people treat you any kind of way. But really, this is hurting you. So the reason, and you know what? When you allow people to talk to you disrespectfully or talk down to you or treat you in a disrespectful manner, not only do they hate you, but they hate themselves too, because they hate the part of themselves that allow themselves to talk to other, to treat you that way. So, one, you need to stop volunteering, to work late, to pick up extra assignments. You need to stop being the person that is kind of like what they would consider to be the office, I don't want to say suck up, but you need to stop. It says love without expectations. You have Jungle Beauty Goddess Kalahari again, who represents the heart chakra. which has to do with our love for ourselves. When we feel cut off from our own identity, from who we are, we tend to look for other people to make us feel good about ourselves. So you have it in your mind that if you give yourself away, if you take on the extra shift, if you take on the extra work, that people are going to, somehow love you in return. So you are looking for love externally outside of yourself from other people, but it is not being reciprocated because people tend to love you. The way people feel about you is how you feel about yourself. So you need to focus on loving yourself more and, not looking for other people to validate you. You have Jungle Beauty Goddess Chabi, and Jungle Beauty Goddess Chabi is clearly saying, let me just get her in focus here, you need to be your own hero. So basically, stand up for yourself. Nope, I'm not going to take the extra shift. No, I'm not working Saturdays. No, I'm not going to do everybody's work. Nope, I'm not going to do it anymore. No one is going to come and save you. And somehow you think that if people see how hard you work, if people see the good job you're doing, if people see the sacrifices you're making, that they're going to appreciate you. And Jungle Beauty Chabi said, who represents the third chakra, which is responsible for our self-esteem, our confidence in ourselves. She says, Charlie, you need to be your own hero and stop letting people push you around on your job. You also have Afar, who represents ingenuity, Jungle Beauty Goddess Afar. And she says creativity is not a special gift. You are a creator. She represents the third eye, which is responsible for our imagination and for our ability to create from within. And to basically, the reason that you allow people to dominate you, disrespect you, overwork you on your job is because you don't feel that you are as creative or as good as everybody else on the job. So basically this you feel like you don't have a lot of good ideas. You feel that when you look at other people's work in terms of their new policies, or when they come up with new ways of doing things, or you feel kind of inferior to everybody. So you're looking for so you think that if you let everybody, if you do all of the work, all of the extra work, if you take on all of the responsibility, be the person to clean up, the person to take the shifts that nobody else wants, because you don't have the creativity that everyone else have, you feel that it was going to make you more valuable on the job. But actually, people have a tendency to not love and respect people who do not love and respect themselves. So I'm going to say that people on your job do not hate you. They just don't see value in you because you don't see value in yourself. And because you allow everyone to push you around in your job, they tend to ignore you, and you look at it in terms of people hating you, but they don't hate you. They don't think anything about you. You're just allowing them to treat you, you're allowing them to talk to you in that manner. You are allowing yourself to clean up after everybody. You're allowing yourself to be treated disrespectfully because you don't feel like you're good as everyone. And when you start showing some more respect for yourself, and speaking up for yourself, as Jungle Beauty Goddess Chabi says, be your own hero, you'll see that people in the job will start treating you with a lot more respect. So one of the things that I would tell you to do right away is to find a tiger's eye gemstone for your third chakra, which gives you confidence. And also you find I don't want to pronounce it wrong. I think it's called rhodonite, which is a pink gemstone, and which gives you courage to speak your truth and stand up for yourself. And I think the combination of rhodonite, which is for your heart chakra, and the tiger's eye for your third the tiger's eye for your third chakra, which is 2 inches above your navel. And then also you could use a lapis lazuli, or lapis lazuli is really good for the third eye, or iolite. And this actually stimulates your ability to be more creative, to have more confidence in your imagination and come up with new ideas. So I would just say again, people in your job do not dislike you, they just dismiss you, because you allow people to treat you disrespectfully. You do most of the work, you take on most of the responsibility, because you lack self-love and confidence in yourself. So I hope this reading is helpful for someone. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hello, darlings. If you chose the orange butterfly, then this reading is for you. Right off the bat, the energy I'm picking up from this hand is that the reason people on your job do not like you is because you think you are better than everybody else. You think you know more than everyone else, and you are not a team player. Now that is what the collective energy of these cards are telling me. So Jungle Beauty Goddess Namib dominates this hand, and Namib is responsible for the soul. So let's see here, and the soul is basically the part of us that's connected to God, the part of us that feels that we have forever. And sometimes when we feel that we have forever, it makes us lazy, because we're not really grounded here on planet Earth. We kind of feel like excuse me, we feel like we have forever to do whatever it is we want to do. It says you are a timeless and limitless being perceived in this manner. Well, if you're asking a question in terms of why do people not like you in your job, I would say the energy that what my intuition is telling me is that when I look at Jungle Beauty Goddess and Namib, who represents the soul, who represents that we're infinite beings, and that we have multiple lifetimes, and that we have forever to complete anything. There is a part of you that just that's caught up in the part of your higher self. This whole hand is the higher level chakras. You have your third eye, you have the throat chakra, and you have the crown chakra. There's nothing. So basically, I don't want to, you just kind of think you know a lot. You know more than most people on the job. You're probably, I don't know, maybe you don't think you know everything, but people think that you think you know everything, and therefore they tend to not want to talk to you and not deal with you. So here we have Jungle Beauty Goddess Sahara, and she says, if you think you know everything, you have nothing else to learn. If you think you know everything, you have nothing else to learn. So basically, you are probably not the person who is, trying to learn new information. You probably are telling everybody else what to do. You probably could update your skills. You have Jungle Beauty Goddess Afar, who is responsible for ingenuity. She says to be creative. Basically what she's telling you is that you don't know everything. You should be creative in figuring out how to learn new information, and you also need to find some, let me see how I want to say this. You really need to find a way to connect to other people, because you have two cards that represent Jungle Beauty Goddess Namib, which represents the part of us that's connected to God, which lets me know that you feel that you are above everybody else on the job. And And so people just kind of keep a distance from you. So basically, one of the cards from Jungle Beauty Goddess Neve says, let it go. Some things are not meant to be known. So if you're wondering to yourself, why do people hate you on your job or dislike you on your job, don't get caught up in the energy of thinking, oh, you know, why people don't like you. Focus on why don't you like people? Why don't you go out of your way to get to know your colleagues? Why don't you go out of your way to be more available? Why don't you come down from the clouds, come down from your ego, not your ego, but from your higher self, and just kind of like, go sometimes and just ask somebody else, hey, how do you feel about this? How would you go about this? Would you do this differently? I think that you need to reach out to people on your job so that they can feel a connection to you. And I think it would be really cool also if you could go out of your way to update your skills or learn new things, because you may be a person who, have mastered the job. You've been doing it longer than everybody else. You know what you're doing, because this hand shows these are all the upper level chakras. So you are very knowledgeable and you do have a wealth of information, but you lack the ability to connect with your colleagues. So I would say that people on your job do not like you because you think you are smarter than everyone else, that you don't really know how to relate to them. You probably don't like to go out to lunch with them. You probably don't like to spend time with them. And you need to find a way to connect with your colleagues. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you selected the red butterfly, then this reading is for you. So the collective energy that I'm picking up from this hand is that the reason people on your job do not like you is because you do not participate in any of the office activities. So I have Jungle Beauty Goddess Katara, who represents the body, and she also I feel that this card is saying don't ignore physical pain, but basically you're a person, you're a hard worker, and you don't really like to go to the, what do you call it, potlucks. You don't like to participate in the office gossip, and you don't really like to go to the office watering hole, and you don't really, you like to do your job. And basically Jungle Beauty Goddess Cyanide is saying that you need to loosen up and you don't need a reason to have fun. Like sometimes you should participate in after work activities. You should, reach out to your coworkers to have fun with them, go bowling or whatever else they're doing. And you also have her again. So Jungle Beauty Goddess Cyanide actually dominates his hand, which is an indicator to me that you are a person who, when people come and say, hey, would you like to buy some tickets for my kids? You know how people bring things to work because they're selling it for their children, or people have raffles, or sometimes somebody bring in donuts or muffins. You're the person who's like, no, thank you. You don't really want to be bothered. And people are saying that you need to, just reach out more. So we have Jungle Beauty Goddess Kalahari as well, and she says true love is wanting what is best for the highest good for all parties. What this card means to me in this reading is that you might need to go eat a donut or a cookie, and you may need to participate in some of the office activities, and you may need to tell people, go out of your way to say good morning or be nice to people at work. because and you know, go bowling and go out, you know, to lunch, or go after an after work activity and get to know your colleagues. And basically you have Jungle Beauty Goddess Katara saying, don't ignore physical pain, which means that I would say that you're a person who is pretty much a workaholic, and you probably, you ignore your headaches, you ignore it. You just want to get the work done, okay? And you're going to do whatever it takes to get the work done. So you should, really take care of yourself. And even if you only have a headache or a toothache, or if you don't feel good, or if you have a cold, you're the person who comes to work with a cold and or flu, and then want everybody else, because you don't feel that that's important enough to stay home. So you're, so big picture, if you're looking out for other people in the workplace and you want to be connected, it says true love is wanting what is best for the highest good of all parties. This means that you may have to eat the food from the potluck. This means that you may have to, one day bring donuts in. Like, the highest good for all parties means that, yes, you don't want to go to the luncheon. Yes, you don't want to be bothered. But if you're talking about the highest good and the morale in the office or the morale in the workplace, then you're going to have to participate in some activities that you're absolutely not interested in. Otherwise, people are just not going to like you. And it's not because they hate you, okay, or they dislike you in some really crazy way. But the truth is, if you really want to connect with them from a collective energy and from the morale, you're going to have to, spontaneity is the cure for everything. Jungle Beauty Goddess Cyanide is telling you clearly, okay, that spontaneity is the cure for everything. So the next time somebody say, hey, do you want to go to a baseball game? Hey, do you want to go grab lunch? Hey, do you want to get a raffle? Do it. And this is going to improve your relationship with your coworkers. And don't ignore your physical pain. If you have a cold, stay home. Nobody wants it, okay? And just participate more. I hope this reading helps someone. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hello, darling. If you selected the purple butterfly, then this reading is for you. And I'm seeing a similar theme in pretty much all of the hands, which means that if someone doesn't like you on your job, and I think the person who requested this video, I think their energy is coming through in terms of what they need to do to improve their relationship with their coworkers. So basically we have Jungle Beauty Goddess Cyanide, who dominates his hand again, and she represents the second chakra, which has to do with our relationship with other people and living in the moment. She says to be unpredictable. And then she says also that you need to be spontaneous. Health is wealth. You need to take care of yourself. When you're sick, please stay at home. People don't want to be around you coughing and sneezing, and take care of yourself, have more fun. And then you also, within this hand, we have Jungle Beauty Goddess Chalby, who represents the third chakra, which has to do with our confidence and our self-esteem, standing up for ourselves. It says some people are simply not meant to be in your life. Now, what I'm going to say about the collective energy of this hand is, yes, you do need to be more spontaneous and spend more time with your coworkers and take care of yourself and stay home when you're sick, because people, don't like it when you come to work sick. But the people who don't like you at your job are people you don't want to like you. They're probably the people who are gossiping, or people who don't do their fair share, or, long story short, maybe you could reach out a little bit more, but big picture, some people are simply not meant to be in your life. So if these people don't like you, who cares? I'm just being honest. They are not even worth you being upset about. So, hey, just have a little bit more fun. Enjoy your coworkers. But, hey, the people who don't like you, don't worry about it. You don't need to worry about them. I hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Hello, darling. If you selected the pink butterfly, then this reading is for you. And, the collective energy that I've picked up from this hand is that you are a person who have your eye on moving up. You want to do more with your life, and people on your job are just jealous of you, child. That is what I'm picking up and from this hand. So basically we have Jungle Beauty Goddess Chabi, who dominates this hand. Jungle Beauty Goddess Chabi represents the third chakra, our sacral chakra, which has to do with our confidence and our belief in ourselves and feeling good about ourselves and self-respect and self-confidence. And it says mind your own affairs. So basically she also says to you, be brave and don't look back. Now what this means to me is that, look, just because you are looking to move up, in management or for a better position, because you want more out of life, you have to listen to your heart, and you have to understand that the reason people on your job do not like you is because they can tell that you aren't one of them. I'm just going to be honest. They can sense that you have your sight on bigger goals, that you want more out of life, that this is a temporary stop for you, and they want to keep you there with them. Okay? And you need to listen to your heart. Be innovative and turn your idea upside down. Now what this means is, whatever you are thinking right now, you need to think about it in a different way. So if you're looking to get a promotion, if you're looking to move up, if you're looking for a better job, do something different. And child, be brave and don't look back. So people on your job do not like you because you are not one of them, and they know you aren't going to be there long, and they're trying to discourage you, and they're jealous of you, child. So Jungle Beauty Goddess Chabi is telling you that you need to mind your own affairs, turn your idea upside down. So what this means to me is that sometimes we think, well, if I'll just put a couple more months and I'll work here, and then maybe I'll apply for a management position later. She's saying to you, no, you need to apply for it now. Like, whatever idea you have, like, don't be afraid to turn that idea upside down and do something different, because what's holding you back right now is you really are trying to fit in. And Jungle Beauty Goddess Kalahari says, listen to your heart, go for your dreams, believe in yourself, go for that promotion, go for that better job, keep moving. So people can sense this, but you have to believe in yourself, and you have to understand that when you have a job and people know that you aren't going to be there long, or they feel that you are better than them, or you're just passing through, you have to understand that that's just, sometimes people just honestly just not going to like you. It's not that they don't like you. What they really don't like is a part of themselves that's not pushing for more. You remind them of their lack of ambition, their acceptance of mediocrity. You remind them of who they want to be, who they would be if they were more ambitious or if they weren't lazy. But that's not your problem, child. That is not your problem. Listen to your heart. Go for that promotion. Go for that. You may have to look for a better job. Write that report. Don't worry about making other people look bad, okay? Jungle Beauty Goddess says to you, let me get it in focus here. She says, be brave, don't look back, okay? Mind your affairs, which is you looking for a better job, looking for a promotion, looking for more money, looking for more opportunity. And whatever you're doing, don't be afraid to be innovative and turn your idea upside down so you can move on and have the life that you want and deserve. I hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.